Hello, friends, and welcome to Wagmi Tarot. I'm really delighted to bring to you tarot reading for the week of March 9 to March 15, and I have taken out some cards for you. And I was remembering how for the whole month of March we had this message about moving forward in spite of difficult circumstances. And when I brought out this reading, when I brought out these cards, um, it seemed to fit, it seemed to make a small piece of that larger reading of trying to move forward no matter what. Um, and we have some interesting messages over here, and so I'm just going to take you through them now. But before I do that, I'd request you to please subscribe to my channel, and if you enjoy my video, please also press the like button. It really encourages me a lot, and I become really motivated to bring to you more readings. Okay, let's get started with the reading for this week. So this week, I can see that we are in building mode, building, rebuilding, whatever you may call it. We are in nurturing mode. The Empress card tells me that. Uh, it also tells me that finally we are connecting back with with the kind of life that we wanted for ourselves. We are connecting back with our deepest feelings, with our deepest emotions, with the voice of our soul. And we are trying to listen to that, and accordingly we are trying to slowly walk on it. And the thing is that it might have been that for a very long time we've just been doing things mechanically, just because something is needed, not because we necessarily like it. Or maybe we've been in situations where we would not ideally like to be, but we are just staying put without having with without having much of a choice maybe. But this week, uh, we start working towards what we've always wanted. This is the first step in many days that we are taking towards the life of our dreams, or the thing that we most want to do. Maybe we always had a plan for, say, our business, for our job, for our home, for our family, or for ourselves, for our own hobbies that we never did, that we never could take forward, but it was still within us. And this week gives us an opportunity to take it forward. It could be a hobby. Maybe you are already doing something and you want to step up your game, and you're like, I have come so far, I have done so much, but I want to take one more chance. I want to try a little bit more. That is the kind of feeling, and that is the kind of confidence, and that is the kind of drive that you have in this week. And it's powerful. You feel full of power, and you feel full of motivation, I think, which is very important. It's a very positive thing to feel motivated, not because others are saying something, not because others are telling us to do something, but because we feel it deep within and we are convinced with it. So I think it's a very nice overall energy. We are motivated this week in spite of challenges. Okay. Um, the card for career is somewhat in line with this, and it's telling me that this week, just like you are trying to feel motivated and listening to your deepest voice, your innermost voice, similarly in career, you will be a solo player. Okay, maybe you will not listen to people's advice around you, and this week you will choose to work on things that you feel are right, and you will work the way you like. You will plan according to what you feel is right, you feel is necessary, without getting into, say, team politics, dramas. You will just keep yourself away from it and you'll be highly focused. Everybody may think that you are being passive or you are a little bit secluded, but there you will actually be very active mentally, because you will be planning with a lot of force, and you would also be very focused. You would be also trying to build your focus or build the next idea on which you want to focus. So maybe you are planning something for your business expansion. Maybe you are trying to understand what is the best job suited for you, and if you have some offers or choices, maybe you're trying to think what is it that's best suited to you, what is the best choice for you. So this week, in career, in workplace, you will be turned inwards, and from here you're trying to build a foundation for the future, and you need to think about it carefully, and that's what you're doing. Okay, so then we move on to the card for family and relationships, and I have this justice card, which is in the reversed. um just like on your work front, you are trying to be focused and plan. Similarly, even in family and relationships, you would be observing. It could be a week where a lot of things may seem out of balance, and you would actually know, or people around you would slowly come to know what the solution to that out of balance situation is. So in that sense, people will start having realizations, who went wrong or someone was wronged, and maybe it's time to give people their fair share. Maybe it's time to uh, behave fairly in relationships, give people their due. Sometimes one person tends to dominate a relationship a lot, and the other person keeps on feeling that they don't have much of a say. But slowly, it could happen that the person who's been dominating, say, realizes that, oh my god, this relationship seems to be out of balance and I need to do something about it. Or maybe the person who's feeling dominated may kind of understand that, oh my god, I'm always putting myself second. I need to stop this and I need to speak up for myself and introduce balance in this relationship. So I think in this week, if people in families are doing a lot of inner work, uh, and it's a time to tie loose ends, identify where the loose ends are, what are the things in a family or in a relationship which are tilted, which are out of balance, what are things that are unfair or have been unfair. And from that realization, people will start to remedy those situations of imbalance. So I think um, it's a very important step in building healthier ties. And every now and then, I think we should be doing a self assessment. And I think this week, most of us would be doing this self assessment about relationships. Finally, the card for health is the Lovers reversed, and it's telling me that just like in family, people are wondering how to make things right and what are the things that have actually been wrong. On your health front also, you will be assessing your choice of food, of your lifestyle, of what you eat, how you exercise. Do you exercise enough? Do you medicate enough and adequately? um, it's a card that basically focuses on what are the things that you are not doing right, and that could be important for a lot of people, because this week some people may figure out that this medication is not working for them, or they need to you know, amend or just change the way they eat. Maybe they eat too much or too less or not on time. And what is it that they can change about themselves? What are the choices they have that they can make or change in order to live a healthier lifestyle? So I think this card is again something that requires inner work. We are at the stage of inner work where we are thinking and assessing if something's working or not. Also, it tells me that um, we will slowly but surely this week focus on our stresses. Do we have too much stress? And is there enough laughter, love, warmth, and people around us? So we know that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. And this is what we are going to realize this week, that are we uh, thinking too much about the things that are happening around us? Are we taking too much stress about things that are happening around us, and we are constantly thinking about it? And are we giving ourselves enough time to relax, to sleep, to be with friends, to be happy, to love, to play with our pets, to spend time with our children? Because human relationships in themselves are very healing, can be very healing. The support, the emotional care, and the love that we receive from our family members helps to heal a lot of us and helps to keep us emotionally, psychologically healthy. And when we are emotionally healthy, we are also physically healthy. So this card is throwing light on what's outside us, not just what's inside us, not just the ailments that are inside us, but outside in our environment. What is it that we can do in terms of reducing our stress and having and looking at love and emotions as medicine, as something that can heal you? So I think this is the reading for this week. It's a little bit complicated. It's a lot about working with yourself, uh, and thinking about, just a lot of thinking, just a lot of planning and assessing what are the next steps. But the thing that I found about this reading is that everything is in a direction that leads us forward. And well, we are all going forward. Nobody's going back in time. And so I think to plan, to sit back, to have confidence, to try and listen to a voice, to take steps accordingly is a very important way of living. It's a very essential way of living well and living happily. And with that note, I take your leave and wish you a very happy Holi. See you next week. Bye bye, all.